live right now, so. But no, I dabble. I like doing it. I like holding conversations with people and stuff. You know, it's something that I feel like my mom helped me become, because she was always telling me, like, we're not God. We're no one to judge. Don't judge anybody. So you just listen to people and listen to their stories and everything. So that's how we ended up here.
Heck yeah, that's a cool story, man.
Yeah, this is the way she raised me, which I feel like, and I've had talks with like different kinds of people. I'm pretty sure you have too yourself, being a coach and everything, and a teacher, right?
Yes, sir.
And how's that going?
Man, it's wild. So I've been at it for 21 years. This I think this will make 22.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been around long enough to see like different seasons of the education game. Mm-hmm. And right now we're in a strange season, you know, because our funding's being messed with at the state level.
I seen that.
You got the voucher system that's starting to come in, and there's definitely like some positives and negatives. I don't have no hate for private institutions or homeschooling. I think that if you want a choice, you should have that choice. I think I have a difference of opinion is where that funding comes from. And if we're going to take public funds and then put them into a private institution, that just doesn't jive well with me, because the vast majority of our young people, they're not going to have access to that.
Yeah. No, yeah, for real. That's cool, because like I just see it on the news. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any teacher associate, like friends and stuff like that, to like say, hey, let me pick your brain on this and what do you think about that? And from what you're telling me, it seems like you really consider this, you really think about this. This seems like a out of work type of thinking that you do. You try to pick at it, analyze it for the good, for the better. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like you're very passionate.
Yeah, well, what's happening right now is that they're taking funds for each child, and I think it's like $8,000 to $10,000 is per child, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And they are implementing this voucher system, and with the voucher system, you can take those funds if you're lucky enough to, I guess, have your application pulled, and then they like what they see.
Yeah, I would be good enough from time, just making sure everything is peachy. One man army right here. So, but yeah, that's dope. And then how we got started talking is because you have this push that you got going on right now. I don't know if you want to take your gum out. Yeah, I could hear it. This push that you got going about jiu-jitsu in school, and that I am curious about it, because I talked to my wife as soon as you texted me, and like I think before, because I was seeing you post your message all on TikTok, on Instagram, everywhere that you can, right?
Yeah.
And I was talking to her. I was like, why? Like, why can't jiu-jitsu be in the school? I was like, wrestling's in school, football's in school, basketball, yeah, even some other crazy contact sports I'm probably just forgetting right now. Lacrosse is in school. And we were just talking. We were like, why? Why wouldn't it be? Because we like to see things from both perspectives. We're not just like a one way train, we talk about it we got a 4-year-old of our own, and we're just like, why jiu-jitsu can't be in school? So take me from the beginning of how this all started and you wanting to get jiu-jitsu in school.
Wow. So I'll say that the starting point was I've been training for 17 years. This week makes 17 years on the mat.
Congrats.
And so much good has come, from that 17 years. I've made some really good friendships. My work ethic has, increased immensely. My discipline, my hydration, my nutrition. I'm a much more kinder and calmer individual. It's kind of like tamed, the savage soul that I used to have inside, that little man syndrome.
Yeah.
And I want to share that with our young people, and one of the things that I noticed is that it's an expensive hobby. I'm very blessed to have been able to afford it. And what I'm wanting to do by putting it in the schools is that, like, I want to put it in the hands of like some of the kiddos that may not have that opportunity, to go and train. Like maybe they'd like to train, but, they don't have the money to train, or maybe their parents can't get them there because their parents are too busy working, so I see the school as an institution for, good in our communities. And I want to, take this thing that has been wonderful for me, and then I want to, help share it, with our young people, because I do believe we can do a lot of good with it. And I still do believe in young people, man.
That's beautiful. And what is the emphasis on believing in young people? Like I believe in them too, and I'm not that much old, not that much young myself. But you know what I'm saying? It sounds like you have a very strong feeling for that. Because as a kid myself, I always be like, dang, I wish there was someone out there pushing for something for me as a kid, you know what I'm saying? And like now that I'm older, I try to give back. I try to do stuff too, like volunteer at the church, or help feed the homeless, or like on Thanksgiving or holidays like that. So when you say like you believe in the young people, talk to me about that. Are you coming from like any experiences where you were like the little guy and you were like wishing and hoping like, man, it would be dope if somebody could help us figure this out or open this door and make a lane for this,
Yeah, so two things. Number one, like I'm at where I'm at right now because I was built off the backs of people that put time, energy, and effort into me. Back when we were growing up, it wasn't as expensive to go and do these things. Like a young person could go play league ball, at the local Little League for $120. You get a whole season and you'd get some quality coaching, and if you were lucky enough, you'd be on the all-star team. Extend your season a little bit, right? And that's not available anymore. Like if these kids want to play baseball, like I guess they can go to the leagues, but like the privatization of youth sports is almost starting to kill these leagues. And now if you want to play, you have to go play on one of these like high dollar, tournament and travel teams.
Right.
And yes, there's some wonderful tournament and travel teams.
Right.
Don't get it twisted. There's some high level ball being played.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you'll find anyone that'll take your money. Right. And it's pricing kids out of sports, and what I'm noticing being a teacher right now and a coach is that you have a culture of, the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
And it's sad to me that we at my age used to be able to like climb that ladder. And once we got to the high school, we kind of started figuring out, who the big dogs were. But now, like if you don't have access to sports early, like by the time you get into that junior high school level, like, man, it's game over for you. You don't have a chance. So there is a widening divide amongst, I'll just call it just the real world,
Right.
And you have to have money and access to resources to go and play now. And that's sad, man. That's sad. I almost feel like it's a giant scam that's being run on people.
Man, like even when you say that, I feel like it's not just the money anymore. It's also technology and everything like that too. Because, as kids, you being a little bit older than me and my generation, we slowly got the technology. Like around that time, it grew up with us. Like when I was growing up, I had the PlayStation 1 and 2 and the Nintendo before that. But now it's like you're also going against technology where kids don't want to interact with each other as often. I take a couple college classes and everything, and I was walking through the hall, and everybody was waiting for the door to open.
Yeah.
Nobody was looking up. And I put my phone in my pocket because I was like, I just want to see. These are like 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 17-year-olds just graduated high school. I'm walking down the hall. And like, how like some people look up to crack their neck or whatever. I'd be like, oh, what's up, man?
Exactly.
Good morning. Good morning. No word said to me. No word said. No interaction, nothing. I'm like, all right. Like, hey, how are you? Nothing. Just ghost. Like, you just, like, if I'm the only conscious person walking through the hall, And it's just from there to even the younger kids, because now it's just they see streamers and everything, So it's like all these things are coming in the world to where it's like, dang, what's another barrier that's preventing from these children doing more? Like getting active and getting out there and putting themselves out into the world, discovering jiu-jitsu, discovering things about themselves. And it's just crazy. Like, it blows my mind.
You're 100% correct, and again, that's where I think that, like, we inside of the public education field, like, we can start to kind of, like, offer that so kids know that it exists and they don't have to get buried and they don't have to get lost inside of technology, like you were saying, because that is a thing. But I could also tell you, working in the schools for, golly, like I said, 21 years, 22 years, like kids also want to interact. It's actually been pretty neat, watching the kids where we've banned the phones during the course of the school day.
Yeah.
And I thought we was going to get a lot of pushback from the youngsters. But no, man, they've kind of fallen into line. They will, every once in a blue moon, you catch them in their backpack, with their thumbs. But that's human nature, right? Like, they're just doing what they've been trained to do.
Right.
They want to socialize. They want to, talk to the homies. They want to go outside and go play football and stuff. It's one of those things that you don't know what you don't know. Right. So it's our job, I think, to introduce them. And that's one of the beautiful things about public education, that people don't take into account.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Because you guys are basically, well, in my opinion, second parents, second guide, like people to guide these little kids in lives, or like, you know, little kids, or, you know, teenagers. Yeah, teenagers and stuff. Like, because they're homeschool. They see these adults every day for how long is the school semester? Like 8 months?
So we're in school for, I think it's 36 weeks.
36 weeks. Oh, 9 months.
Yeah.
So
roughly.
You're 9 months in these kids' lives, you know, so you are important to them. What they see you do or what they see you preach, they take to it. You know, they see you every day.
Yeah.
So they hold you accountable too. They're like, didn't you say this last week? Or
yes, they do.
Didn't you say that last week? So what are you saying? What is one of the biggest questions or pushbacks on why jiu-jitsu can't be in the school?
You know, so the argument, or, you know, what's been brought to my attention, you know, is the liability aspect, and injuries and this, that, and the other. But much like you had spoken to earlier, it's like, to me, that's not a principled argument, because, you know, you go and watch a kid on Friday night go bump heads, you know, and go get concussions, tear their knees up, you know, this, that, or the other. You got heat exhaustion, you know, playing football in Texas in 100-degree weather.
Yeah.
Some kids are baking inside of those, you know, helmets and pads. And
it's only getting hotter.
Yeah, it ain't getting cooler.
It's only getting hotter.
And, you know, like you'd mentioned wrestling, and you can even take like what I coach. I coach girls, you know, basketball at the junior high level. You want to talk about, you know, crazy and dangerous, you know, a bunch of kids that don't really know how to hoop all that well on a wooden floor. That can be pretty dangerous, man.
Pretty dangerous.
You know, so that's not a principled argument to me if you're going to say that it's a safety concern when you allow this, you know, over here. You could allow that. You know, you just sign the waiver, right? You get parent consent. And to me, that'd be like game over on that. The same things that you would do with any of the other sports, the same forms you would fill out. You know, you just do the same thing.
Right, yeah. Like I said, me and my wife, we were talking about it, and we were like, well, like, what if there's a nurse present during the training? Because at first, right now, you just want classes, right? Because, like, you know how wrestling has training, and then they have competition, state, et cetera, et cetera. Right now, are you pushing for the whole 9 yards, or just, hey, let's just try it. Let's just give it a class a day or a week or something like that, just so we can see where we're going to go from there.
I love what you said, because, like, when I speak to some of these administrators, like, they're looking so far out into the future, and what I'm wanting is what you just mentioned right there. I just, like, want one opportunity.
Right.
Just let me run one class inside of the school. You know, we can handpick these kids. I want to have proof of concept. I want to show you that their attendance, that their grades, you know, that their behavior, all these different things are going to, you know, increase for the better if you give me this opportunity. And if it doesn't, well, then, hey, you know what? The experiment didn't work, and then we'll keep moving. But I'm just searching for that one opportunity, not the whole shebang. And some people put the cart in front of the horse, and they think I'm talking about like belting people and, you know, tournaments and competitions and cutting weight. It's like, no, I just want to do something that's going to make them better human beings. That has worked for me.
And it's crazy because now that you just said that, cutting weight, that's one of the most dangerous things to do. To restrict your body, to deplete your body from hydrating, nutrition, all for a contact sport right after you do that. Yeah. Which is what wrestling is.
And I love wrestling too, so no shade at wrestling, right?
I love wrestling too. I love wrestling.
Or football.
Matt Madness is coming up right now. The NCAA Matt Madness is coming up, so I'm looking forward to that. But it's crazy how you're saying they're... I don't know. It is crazy to me, because I would say it's easy to go ahead and say, yep, let's go and let's get it done. Let's try it, right? I do understand liability and everything like that, but I do think there's procedures and cautions, and it's not like you're just somebody who came off the street and just said, hey, let's do jiu-jitsu in school. You know, it seems you're a well-respected member of the community there, a teacher contributing to society, not only there, but at your gym too. And other places too, because you just taught at the wrestling do Texas Pro. So it's like, why not? You know, why can't we trust him to do this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of ignorance mixed in too. You know, when I say ignorance, I don't mean it like in a like, I don't mean it to be mean. I mean it as being like misinformed and not purposely like educating yourself on what it is I'm trying to do. Like, I've tried to bring these people into my Gracie Baja the Woodlands to come and watch and see what it is we do, because to me, I believe that they think I'm talking about MMA. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know, a grappling art that's very much like wrestling, but we wear pajamas, right? And there's a curriculum, you know, and there's a procedure to how we do things, very much, you know, similar to what we do inside of a classroom.
Right.
You know, and I think that if I could have it done during the day, it's like I can get these kids to make better grades. I can make them to make better decisions. I can help them, you know, have better attendance. And that's where we get our funding from, you know, is putting butts in seats.
Wow. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So I know I could put some butts in seats. A number of kids that come up to me, Coach,
yeah,
when's jiu-jitsu coming, man? I see you working on it, man. I see you on your TikTok, man. We love what you're doing. You know, it's like, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Have your parents email our administration. Have them email the district, you know, because it's hot right now.
It is hot.
Mixed martial arts and jiu-jitsu, it is hot right now.
It is hot right now. And I feel like that is like, you know, no shade on jiu-jitsu or nothing like that. I train, white belt, you know, going strong.
Hardest belt to get, man. Exactly. The one you start with.
Exactly. So, but I do feel like as a safety precaution, that is the best way to get started into mixed martial arts. You know, it's contact, but it's like minimal contact kind of, because you really going through steps each and every way. Everything you learn is a step. It's a process. It's not until you get more advanced, it's not a one step like, oh, you know, armbar, well, rear naked choke, Americana, you know, all that type of stuff. Yeah. So, you know, it's a process. It's a teaching process. And like you said, to put butts in seats, there's some people who go to school just, I'm on the football team. I got practice later. I'm on the basketball team. I got basketball later. Next class is this. Next class is that. I'm leaving right after. Or something. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like you said, some people want jiu-jitsu. And they'll go and show up and be like, oh, jiu-jitsu's today. I'm here. I showed up.
Yes, it will, man. And like me, when I envision this, like I'm looking at the kids that, you know, they could be troublemakers, you know, in someone's class. You know, I'm looking at the kids that maybe they don't belong, you know, and they're just kind of drifting out there in their own space. You know, I'm looking for the kid that's been bullied, you know, and I want to like bring those kids in, man, and we can like set the culture and we can build a community. And, you know, we could have the school firing on all cylinders, you know, instead of us all being separated and divided. And like, I don't know about you, but like at our gym, I have a bunch of people that, you know, different religious, you know, beliefs, different political beliefs, you know, but it all doesn't matter at the gym, man. Like we work out, we roll. Then afterward, you know, there's a little brotherhood, little chatting going on, but none of that matters. None of that comes up. Like how there's not very many spaces, you know, where that's possible. And I want to provide that for our young people, man, because again, as a man that trains, I see all the good that's come of it. And I know that, you know, we could save some of these kiddos.
Right. And like and that's the beauty of it too, because like from all walks of life, you know, jiu-jitsu brings people together. Like I see TikTok posts all the time, and me when I go to my gym, it's like, you're like, this guy is somebody you would be like, I would never in a million years
for sure
have talked to you. I would not have talked to you had you not just, you know, put me in a rear naked choke right now. It just made me tap out 3-4 times. Like I would never have talked to you. But now we're talking, we're communicating. It opens the bridge right there to more personal stuff. Like, hey man, you know, where you from? How, you know, how's your upbringing and stuff like that. Chatting, to follow me on social media. Let's talk. Let's hang out outside of here and stuff like that. So it is a beautiful thing.
And you brought up a really good point right there, right? You said like the dude tapped me out. Like you name another sport where like you're in a bad situation and then you can call it quits right there for the moment. Right? Let's say that you're playing football and some dude's, you know, gunning for your knees when you're the running back and you're about to hit that hole, and you can just see it, man. He's going to tear my knee up on this particular hit. You know, my foot's going to get stuck in the turf. He's going to hit my knee. I'm going to blow it out. That young man would have wished he could have tapped out, you know, 1 second sooner. But the beauty in what we do is like we could take it to that, you know, 9th, 10th degree. And when it gets uncomfortable, just a little tap, you know, and then we stop and then we restart again. And that's the beauty in it. And think about how like that applies in everything. You know, maybe you're an adult at the bar, right? Instead of having that fifth beer after the first one, man, you just like tap out, man, and it applies everywhere. You know, I'm arguing with my wife. I'm having a argument with my child. Before I say something stupid, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and tap out. You know, because it's the right thing to do, and I don't want to damage that relationship. You know, so the whole notion of tapping out, it's not quitting, man. It's kind of like knowing your limits. And again, that is something that is extremely good for young people, man, that we don't take into account.
You were fucking smooth. You were smooth.
I believe in this, man.
I don't care why these people don't approve. You got my approval. If I could approve it, I would approve it. You were smooth. You caught that on, and you were able to tell it how you see it, which is truthful and which is honest, and which is great, to be honest with you. Because a lot of people would see tapping out as a negative. Yeah. Wow.
Dude, that's the only way you survive 17 years in the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've seen a lot of the homies, you know, go to sleep unnecessarily, and I've been smart enough to get to that point where the room starts buzzing and the lights start going out, and you know what? I'm not too proud to tap. You know, you got me. You know, let's move on to the next one. Lesson learned.
Hey, I flirt with it sometimes.
Yeah.
I flirt with it. I'm just like, how long? Let's just see. And then I'm like, okay, yeah. I don't want to smell salt or anything like that to wake up. So, how did you get started in jiu-jitsu?
So I played college baseball and I played college rugby.
Oh.
And one of the things that I really enjoyed about sports was like the brotherhood aspect. You know, like I enjoy competing. I'm a competitor to the 10th degree. But really for me, the secret sauce is like the bus rides and the road trips and being in the hotels and the stupid memories you made, right? So I got to a point where I couldn't play rugby anymore. Like I was done. It was becoming, I had aged out. And then I started playing like some slow pitch softball. You ever done that?
Oh, yeah. I played.
Ooh, man, we was
some
good.
Patties. Just go ahead. Some patties. Yep, right there. Yep.
And it just wasn't filling that void that I had, you know, and it was taken away from my family. I was developing some bad habits, you know, drinking a lot and stuff. Like these things weren't good, you know, so I needed something else, you know, and I saw this gym and I drove by it for about a month. And I was like, I'm going to go in, but then I didn't go in, and I'm going to go in. Yeah. It took me a month to walk in, man, and I finally walked in. And these two gentlemen, Chad Robo, you know, and Chad Robo was like a goddamn American hero. Mm-hmm. And went in there, took my first class, and these two dudes that, you know, they weigh about 140 pounds. And I was in great shape at the time, you know, and I was strong and athletic, and I thought I was mean and used to walk out with my chest out and mean mugging. Dude, I got handled up real quick. But they were cool about it, you know. There was no animosity. There was no tension. They were holding a conversation while they were kicking my ass, you know. So I was like, what is this sorcery? What is this witchcraft? Because I never thought anyone could do me like that.
Yeah, right.
And for them to do me like that, that was like the proof in the pudding. You know, it was like, I've got to know this magical power that you got. And signed, sealed, and delivered, man. Been there, you know, ever since. Good times, bad times, great times where we're at right now.
Right now, yes. I'm thinking about that. Because you said 17 years, right? You've been training?
Yeah.
So that would be 2009.
2009. Spring break.
Not too much going on in the MMA.
Early, baby.
Yeah, early. I think really UFC was 1991, or I could be wrong.
It was early 90s.
Early 90s, right? Yeah. And then I know Dana brought it around 97, so it was getting more exposure. The whole shebang, because you know, mixed martial arts and everything like that. How many students were in there at that time, 2009, if you can remember?
So I got an opportunity to be at a real cool gym where like Chad was a master marketer. Like I saw the ad for the Gracie Barra Jiu-Jitsu at the movie theater, man. They had some they had some badass poster where some dudes are standing in silhouettes, and it's like all these different fighters and stuff at the movie theater. You know, and they were running commercials at the movies, and like you know, I got an ego.
Yeah,
you know, it's like I want to know how to do this.
Yeah,
I like watching Rambo and I like watching Predator. You know, I want to be a part of this, and our gym had quite a few people, and the number of different, like we were talking about this the other day, me and my buddy Zach on the way up to New Texas Pro, the number of like branches that have come off this Gracie Barra the Woodlands tree it's nuts. Like Jared Chafee, he's got a gym out there, Carlson Gracie, right?
Right.
Jared originally started with us, you know. Gacho and Roberto Jimenez, like Gacho, a world champion black belt, man. He was, world champion purple belt, over there at Gracie Barra, and now he's, running around the world winning, world championships. His son has turned into one of the most entertaining grapplers and one of the best in the world. Roberto Jimenez. Have you ever seen him?
I've heard the last name. Ooh,
that dude's like right at the cusp.
I've heard the last name. Well, when you said it, my ears kind of perked because, one, that's a cool last name. And, if you build it up, it gets around.
But he was just like a little boy, running around the gym, and now he's out there. He's a world beater. But then there's some other spots, like a guy named Adrian Vera opened up Vera Jiu-Jitsu out there. We've had, some of our guys go on to the UFC. Ricky, Alex, Todd Moore.
More coming up. I see the what do they call it? The bullpen in baseball. I see you guys' bullpen. You guys,
the young boys is something serious.
About. That's what I'm talking about.
Jose's about to go get that title this weekend.
Very good friend of mine or associate of mine. He's came on here. Yeah, he's very high he's on the crisp. He's knocking on that door.
That's a good kid too. Like regardless of what happens, that's a young man that works hard, that is motivated, that is driven, that does all the little things, that he takes challenges, he doesn't run from challenges. Like, those are the kind of people you want to surround yourself with, man. And our gym is just like filled with people like that. And there's not a doubt in my mind that he's going to go on and put on, one hell of a show this Sunday and capture that crown.
Exactly.
And if not, he'll get back on the horse and he'll go get it later. But
for sure.
I do believe that he will, capture that title.
Yeah. And just like we keep saying, like, it brings everybody together. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the age difference on you and him.
Yeah.
But I bet you guys roll. I bet you guys talk about different things and have stuff in common.
Yes.
And then it brings you together because it's jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and we wouldn't have that connection if it wasn't for, jiu-jitsu.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, a 20-something-year-old guy talking to a 40-year-old guy or something like that, just like that. It's pretty cool. And so talk to me about the perspective. Have you seen jiu-jitsu gradually go from when you started 2009 all the way till 2026?
All right, that's super interesting. So we kind of came up in a time where, like, people weren't attacking feet and leg locks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, like, that's the new thing. I'm a little bit old school, man. Like, I don't mess with people's feet, and when I don't mess with people's feet, they usually don't mess with my feet.
Mm-hmm.
I do know how to, do some things, but it's almost like one of those unspoken rules that if you don't mess with mine, I won't mess with yours. So the foot game is something that's really evolved. All these crazy guards.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
these
like
crazy guards now.
Like squid guard and K guard and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
squid guard.
But I mean, I think it's something that just when you're old school and that was like your generation, this is your bread and butter, Yeah. And for me, my bread and butter, like it's plenty fine, It works inside of my gym. We were rolling with some of the boys at New Texas after we trained them because they like to wrestle too, They're like, hey man, can we shoot? And for them, shoot means can we really like go at it?
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, we'll go at it, and we get to work with some people that are untrained, but they're pretty, pretty good athletes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this shit works.
Yeah.
And it's all good. So I'd say the foot game and then the crazy guards, but other than that, it's hard work. It's, brotherhood. All those things remain the same. The game's going to continue to evolve, man. It's strange like that.
Yeah. And I don't know if he was Houston. He's a young MMA fighter.
Is it Garza or Marza?
Houston Marza.
Yeah, over there out of 4 ounce.
Yes. He's young, like teens still, but amateurs and everything, right? And we were talking, and we were just like, they're getting younger, like younger than you. Kids are training and doing crazy moves already. Yeah. And even in just jiu-jitsu. Just imagine when they get older and that younger generation, like it's just going to keep going.
It just keeps evolving.
It keeps evolving. Yeah, exactly. Because like he was 17 when he debuted, right? there's other kids out there doing stuff, competing in, and I forgot what tournament was just here, but some kids competed in it. I forgot, but that's what I'm saying. Like, kids are competing in these tournaments, going crazy, doing moves that I can't even do, and you're just like, wow.
Well, man, you look at like your Mikey Musumechis and you look at your Ruotolo brothers, where they're homeschooled.
Yeah.
And they just like grow up doing this the same number of hours that, you know, you or I were in school. They're in there training for
Oh, yes.
Like, it's not even fair, you know. And when that man strength kicks in, holy cow, like everyone's cooked. You know, so there's a new generation that's training full time, like it's their job.
And then also you could accidentally train. Like, just go on your phone. You're scrolling.
Oh, the knowledge that's out there.
And you just, today, guys, I'm going to teach you this new technique in 3 steps. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yes.
Oh, he has more? Boom. And you just learn from sitting anywhere, as long as you have that device in your hand.
The access to information.
The access to information
is a game changer. You know, you used to have to, back in the day, you know, pull something up on the internet and watch some janky, you know,
blurry.
Yeah.
Some blurry stuff.
Yeah. And now, you know, these kids on their TikTok, man, hey, they go through, you know, the same technique and they'll see it like 10 different ways from 10 different people and they'll absorb it, you know, and I think that's kind of the way human beings are evolving anyways, right? Like, we are evolving off of taking in short form content.
Yeah.
You know, so, dude, you know, hey, let me pull up the crucifix. That's what I did yesterday when I went and taught at New Texas Pro.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, what would be cool for these boys? Pulled up the crucifix and I went on TikTok and I found 10 different ways, you know, and I was like, all right, let me make it my own. And we'll keep, you know, the basic fundamental parts, but let me, I guess, cater it to the professional wrestling scene.
Hey, shout out professional wrestling.
I gotta put you in touch with them, man. They'd love to come talk to you out here.
I've done some pods with some of them, because I before the Kombat office, it was G Talks Wrestling.
Oh.
And I was interviewing, I don't know if you know the local wrestling promoter.
Yeah,
Jaime. I interviewed him and Isaac Strongman and a couple other people. But then I was like, I kind of like the Kombat office, like general combat, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff.
Well, dude, you know they're cousins though, right? You got TKO that owns the UFC and the WWE, man.
Yeah. I didn't know that. But I have a friend who went yesterday. I told you. And
which one?
We were supposed to go together, but I didn't end up going. He's been going for 3 weeks straight, and salute to him.
What's his name?
Daniel. His name's Daniel.
All right.
Yeah, and I gotta go one day. I will, cause I love wrestling. Since a kid, I've loved wrestling.
Same.
Were you ever in? You were in the wrestling?
Dude, I'm a wrestling. I've been to WrestleMania like 4 times.
Which ones?
The Dallas ones, and then went to one in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've done like Survivor Series, Royal Rumble.
Man,
I grew up on it, and when I got the chance and the money to do stuff like that's like me and my sons. Who's your favorites? Right now or all time?
All time.
Come on, man. Hey, I love where this is going.
I like Sting. Sting is one of my all-time favorites.
He's on your Mount Rushmore?
I seen him. I went to go get his autograph. I stood in line. I had the WCW belt, his World Heavyweight Championship. I had him sign it recently, like a couple months ago. He's on my Mount Rushmore.
What Sting, though, man? Is it
TNA Sting?
TNA Sting?
TNA Sting, because that's when I grew up watching him, was when he was in TNA.
With AJ Styles and...
Get Ready to Fly and Kurt Angle.
Yep. Oh, my God. Yeah, Perk Angle.
Peak. He don't like the Perk.
Oh, man.
Peak Angle. Yeah, he was hard, man. But who are your favorite?
All right. Bret Hitman Hart.
Ooh.
Man, early rocking the pink, man. Right?
Yeah, hey, before everybody else.
Before everyone else wearing pink.
Before everybody else.
And the shades, too,
and
man.
the shades.
All these little baseball players wearing those Hitman glasses now.
And the, what's it called? The wrestling?
The singlet?
Yeah. He was rocking that, bitch.
Pink and black attack.
He was rocking that. The Hart family, the Hart Dungeon. All those names are hard as fuck. That's it.
Yeah.
Where'd you train out of? The dungeon?
That's Stu Hart's dungeon, man. He's down there twisting you up, man. They're down there making noises because he's twisting some young boy up.
Exactly.
Who do we got? Like, man, love me some Macho Man.
Oh, yeah.
Man, able to cut some promos, man. Cream of the crop.
Yep.
Or the Mega Powers with like him and Hogan. Like,
oh, yeah. You just feel the adrenaline from the Macho Man when he was on the screen. Like, even watching his promos now, it's, let me tell you something, brother. Yeah.
Man, so, dude, that's cool. I still got 2 more. Yeah, right, let me go. Booker T. I was a real big fan of him, man. That's a big, strong man that, moved around the ring like very fluidly, and his moveset was off the hook, man. So that'd be my number 3, and then let's go number 4. We'll go Ric Flair, man.
Woo! Harlem Heat and then Ric Flair. That's not bad.
That dude, he walked it like he talked it, man.
Yeah, he did a lot for professional wrestling. A lot.
Dude, my dad met Ric Flair at a bar over there by the airport, IHA, and he said, "Man, everything that you hear, it says true.
It's true."
He said he was Ric Flair, like right there at the bar, had a gang of ladies with them, had Mr. Perfect with them.
Man.
They were enjoying some drinks, and they're just, burning the midnight oil, telling stories, and just having a good old time, man. I thought that was cool. My dad got to meet him and got to see the real deal, what it's like.
It is cool. I'm pretty sure it's cool because I feel like those are like legit real life superheroes. Or to me as a kid, those were like real life superheroes.
Same.
Especially John Cena. Or for me, my generation, John Cena,
I got John Cena. Who else?
No. Dang. Sting. I have Sting, Kenny Omega.
Oh, man. He's close.
GOAT. Kenny Omega's the GOAT. The greatest in-ring performer of all time.
I hope he can get healthy again, dude.
I don't think so.
Prime Omega,
I think,
is the GOAT.
Kenny Omega, Okada, Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay.
Hey, New Japan.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yes, I love wrestling. Damn, I'm drawing blanks. Kurt Angle. TNA Kurt Angle. He was goated. Because I didn't watch him in WWE. He had just left when I started tuning in. So Kurt Angle, Sting, Kenny Omega.
I like the cleaner Kenny Omega. That was my best version right there.
Yes.
Hitting that Terminator promo.
Oh, all the time. When he turned on AJ? Are you talking about that one or which one?
I forgot. He was probably fighting Okada at the time, but he hit like a Terminator promo. Mm-hmm. And it was at Wrestle Kingdom. Oh, I stay up late for those. Well, I used to, but I
Wrestle Kingdom, I love that. Yeah, once I seen Kenny, that just opened up like a different door. Cause I was in high school when he fought Okada at Wrestle Kingdom, and that's when he got on my radar, is when that happened.
Those are all, what is it, 3 or 4 matches? Those are classics.
I think those are like 5. I don't think the 5th one lived up to that hype. It was the one recently in Texas a couple months ago. But all the other ones, yeah, they are classic. They are.
I hope he gets a WWE run. They can give him the production and they can bring back that sizzle.
He doesn't need it, though.
You don't think so?
Why? When you start something yourself.
Well, Cody went over there, and look how he's doing. He's doing all right.
They're booing him now. They loved him at first, but
hey, Roman Reigns was getting booed, and then they turned him heel, and
that's true.
Went wow.
That is one of the best storylines ever.
It is the best storyline ever.
Yes, arguably, yes. To be that long,
yes,
longevity, man. In an era, it started in an era when nobody was there, empty. The Thunderdome or the whatever it was called, that's when it started. And then to introduce it to the crowd, and it's still, like, phenomenal.
Yeah. He's must-see TV.
Roman Reigns? Now.
You know what, man? I got to put him on my Mount Rushmore somewhere.
Really?
Or I got to create a 5th space.
You create it's your space, yeah. Go ahead and mount that up. That's crazy. But, yeah, that storyline was good.
And his wrestling's not all that great. It's the same, like, 4 or 5 moves.
Yeah.
But his storytelling. And his aura.
That shit is off the charts. That it made you feel something again. Like you were like, oh shit, I gotta tune in and see.
Made you feel like you was a kid again, man. Same here.
It did.
47 years old, man.
And then he come out, he be like, throw up the ones, man. Throw up the ones. Go ahead, I got you.
So I'll tell you something funny. Like we won a district championship in track. And on our district championship shirt, man, I put on there, "We the Ones." With that tribal art.
Yep. He said, I got that. Hey, yeah. I said, go ahead. Throw them up. Acknowledge us.
Yes.
That is good. What are your thoughts on CM Punk?
He can cut a promo, and I think that's what's keeping him in the game. Because when he gets in the ring, man, it's there's no disrespect, man. But
No disrespect.
I don't think he doesn't carry his weight in the ring anymore.
Yeah.
You know, but he can cut a promo really well, and I think that's at least half the game.
Yeah.
You know, and hey, credit to him, you know, for this longevity. Mm-hmm. But what about you, man? I'm not stomping on your feet.
I don't like him. I don't like CM Punk. Kid me likes CM Punk, but adult me is like, you're a hypocrite, dog. I think you're a hypocrite.
They be saying some stuff like that, don't they?
I think he is a hypocrite, and I think me personally, I'm an underdog. I love the underdog. I love the alternatives. So I love AEW.
Yeah,
I'm a hardcore AEW fan because because Kenny is one of the founders and stuff like that, and it's like we're the best wrestle. I love wrestling. You know, stories are good. Don't get me wrong. I love a good story, but I love a great wrestling match.
Of course,
because now since it's all accessible, I don't go out my way to find the story. I go out my way to find the match. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple months ago or a year ago, I just watched Samoa Joe versus Kabashi, or I forgot his name. I hope I'm not. But old ROH stuff, and I was like, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
I didn't need a story. I didn't need a build up. I didn't need all that. I just needed wrestling. That was it. And that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But CM Punk, I don't.
No, me neither, man.
I don't know. That's not my cup of tea. As a kid, he was, because I thought he was the voice for the voiceless. But I felt like when the going got tough, he just kind of...
He looks out for himself, man. And
yes, that's what I think.
Yeah, and I don't know if that makes you, a good guy or a bad guy, but like I said, as a wrestling fan and connoisseur,
yes,
I do not enjoy watching those matches, but I love watching the promos. Like right now, him and Roman are going head to head.
Oh, yeah.
And when he threw Roman's dad in there, come on, man.
Roman got to throw Larry in there.
That's a bad move. I don't know if you cross those lines unless you got the seal of approval, in the back.
I guess, yeah. But when Roman clicked him, he was like, "Who you think they came to ask if it was all good before you came back?" I was like, "Speak facts." He's like, "Who you think kept the lights on? Why you?" I was like, "Speak facts, man. Speak facts."
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. Do you play Booker in your mind? Like fantasy Booker? Like
I used to. And with that Forbidden Door being open,
yeah.
Like I think it really used to be, fun. Right now, the only thing that I'd like to see booked is I'd like to see Kenny come over and create a bunch of new matches that we haven't seen yet, but we've only thought about. And maybe even like the Bucks, too.
Oh, yeah.
Or just mix the talent. Like I'd love to see Swerve come back to the WWE and get in some of those matches.
Swerve was bad, man.
And Hangman, and go see what Roman would do over there with those guys.
Man.
There's so much like untapped potential, man. Like I really wish we build more bridges instead of putting up fences.
Yeah, I do. I agree with that. I really do. But it is, on the opposite side though, it is good for the athletes, the wrestlers, because it helps pay, schedule, freedom to like create your own matches and promos and stuff like that. Because sometimes they let you, or sometimes they be like, "Hey, this is what you're gonna say."
Yeah, this is your contract. This is what you got to do.
Yeah. So,
but the indie scene is cool because a lot of times you can see that young talent. They'll meet up before they really got that name recognition, and you get to go back and say like, "Man, I saw that way back when."
Yeah, like Roxanne Perez. She used to wrestle at the...
over at the Premiere.
Yeah. She used to... Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
Used to wrestle at the Premiere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Brian
like...
Keith.
Brian Keith. And it's just like, wow. I seen you.
Chris Bay was over there. Like,
yep. Oh, yeah.
All kinds of people, man. Like... this is why I think wrestling and jiu-jitsu and why like I've been able to bridge those two.
Mm-hmm.
It's like... they're very similar. Like you have to go to an academy to learn, right? Mm-hmm. So you're gonna go get schooled somewhere, and then when you get good enough, they'll give you the green light to compete locally, and you just kind of compete around the corner. And then as you get better, you know, you start to kind of expand. And then you get to a regional scene, you know, and maybe you make a little money. And then the big dogs notice you, you know, and it's like going from fighting at the main event on Fury.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to being in the UFC, the next pay-per-view.
Yep.
Right? And the same thing. It's like fighting over here, say like at Booker T's, or fighting over here at Houston Premier Arena. And then now you're at the PC Center over there in Florida. Like, holy smokes. Like, they're similar trajectories.
Right.
You know, and it's all young people chasing a dream, which is, again, that's badass to me.
And hard work.
A ton of hard work.
A ton of hard work. And taking care of your body and everything.
Yes. Like,
and
it's a science experiment.
Oh, man. The greatest experiment, greatest investment you could do is on yourself.
100%.
I told you I was sick, man.
Dude, hey. So whenever I went to go train last night with the wrestlers, man, I got in there and we started doing some, they let me do the warm-ups with them.
Yeah.
And, dude, I started, like, getting nauseous in there. And I've been nauseous all day. I haven't eaten, you know, like I know if I eat, I'm going to throw up.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not at 100% right now. You're getting about like 60% Ortiz.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Usually I could light it up even more.
Yeah, you're getting, I don't know, 70% of me. Because it sucks, like, we were supposed to do this, like, Monday and today and even further back then, but it's just scheduling.
No.
Stuff like that.
So for me, on my end, man, like, I am so grateful for you, you know, opening up your platform for me to kind of, like, share my ideas, because, you know, it's people like you that have opened the door to the administrators that I've been able to speak with, because I've been at this for 4 years trying to get jiu-jitsu into schools.
Wow.
And it wasn't until, like, I started getting on podcasts and people started talking to me about this idea that these emails started getting responses and these doors started to open up. So it's almost like created a public pressure. And some really cool stuff too, like Jocko Willink, right? Like Navy SEAL, got millions and millions of followers. Discipline equals freedom. Dude, he keeps, like, when I put stuff out, he's kind enough, you know, to repost it or retweet it.
That's dope.
You know, for the most part. Yeah. You know, so the idea is getting out. I just need to be patient with it, you know, and if it doesn't happen this time, you know, well, I go back to the drawing board, because the idea is worth its weight in gold.
Right.
You know, it's not an if, it's a when thing.
Are there any alternatives, though? Like,
you ask good questions, man.
I try. I really do try. Like, is there any alternatives as far as, like, so they haven't been approving it for school, right? Yeah. You have a gym. You know, are you telling students, like, hey, if you guys ever get curious or you want to try it out or anything like that, here's the gym. Here's the hours.
Oh, yes. I'm always, like, plugging the gym, man.
Come on, guys. If you're curious, you want to pick your brain, you want to see what it is, I've been preaching this, but if you want to come see it for yourself, feel free to come.
Dude, I'm always plugging the gym, man. It's been one of the best lifestyle, you know, choices that I've made for myself, and I want to share that. But you asked a very good question, you know, is there any other things you've been trying? And like, yeah. So something I recently did is, like, I reached out to all the high school wrestling coaches in our district. And our district has very good wrestling. The school that we feed into are the dual, you know, state champions in wrestling. And they finished second overall this year in the state, in the 6A level. But every wrestling coach in my district hit me back immediately when I asked them, like, hey, I'm not having luck with this jiu-jitsu thing, but I think something that could happen is that we could introduce, you know, wrestling at the junior high level, you know, and introduce these kids and get it in their hands a little bit sooner than when they get to the high school. And dude, within like an hour, every single one of the high school coaches was like, dude, sign me up. Let me know what I got to do. Let me know who I have to talk to. You know, so if the jiu-jitsu thing doesn't work, like, I've already started routing a plan B to get amateur wrestling training, you know, inside the school day. And like our coach at our school, his name is Eric Spute, and he's like, I'll give you mats. You don't even have to pay.
Nice.
You can save 15, 20 G's on mats, and I'll supply the mats for you, man. Just, you know, introduce the kids to grappling so that when they get here, it's not something that's brand new to them. You know, and that's something that all the wrestling coaches can wrap their mind around. So we'll see how that goes. I got a suspicion that it's probably going to be a no-fly, too. They're probably tired of seeing and hearing from me, but it doesn't matter because it's coming from a good place.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
You know, and my reputation and my character, it's good. You know, I've been the teacher of the year. My name's always in the hat for teacher of the year at my school. I've been humanitarian of the year. I've won, you know, district championships as a track coach, as a basketball coach, at the 7th grade level, at the 8th grade level, at the A level, at the B level. Like, I've checked all these boxes. I'm the right man for the job on this one right here, because you're also going to have to like attach a name to somebody.
Yeah.
And man, go do background checks. Go look at everything, man. Like, it's all good. I am the man for the job right now.
I am who I say I am.
Yeah, the receipts. Go check them.
Check them.
They're good.
Go check those receipts. Nah, man, that's dope. And then, yeah, like, wrestling season is from when to when?
It's roughly the same as basketball season. So I don't know the exact months. I just know that, you know, whenever we're in basketball season and I'm looking at social media, that wrestling is, you know, going hand in hand.
March Madness and then Matt Madness too. But yeah, like I would see as jiu-jitsu beneficial for wrestling coaches, because they'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and you could just teach a more, you know, wrestling-centered jiu-jitsu style, right?
Yeah.
Like, because some people like to play off their back. I'd rather be, like, on top with my knee on your belly.
Yeah.
You know, or being in a more dominant position.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, all of it's good, but everyone's going to have the things that they enjoy the most about it.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
you play guard and stuff, or you more of you rather be, you know, it sounds kind of gay, man. But
it does sound kind of gay, but I'd rather be on top. I love the Americana. That's the main thing I try to do is the Americana.
We go strong man move.
I just lay on
Bully.
you. Just try to lay on you. That's all I can try to do is just use my weight. Just lay. And I'm like, oh, okay, I got you.
It's about efficiency, right?
Yeah, it's about efficiency. But yeah, when you were talking, you were like, we all got our own stuff. I don't go for legs. I was like, yeah, me neither. I was like, I don't
I want to be able to walk the next morning.
Exactly. But I love that how you're getting all the wrestling coaches. Because it seems like, I feel like that, to me, that would be like a history thing right there, too. Well, how did all these programs get approved? Yeah. How did wrestling get approved? How did football get approved? Why? Who was fighting that? You know what I'm saying? Because sooner or later, jiu-jitsu is going to get approved for schools.
Well, dude, there's all kinds of like different examples, and I love, again, the way that you're thinking, right? So like, let's look at Title IX years ago when women were looking for, you know, equal access in sports, and I bet you that wasn't a very popular idea at the time. You know, you look back at that, and like, if you had to make a big hubbub about it just to get some equality when it came to that, right? Integration into our schools, you know, like, hey, they didn't used to like mixing people together when it came to schools, you know. It's kind of like, you stick to your tribe, you go to school over here, you go to school over there. So there's a lot of ideas that, you know, it took a while for people to wrap their minds around. It took a while for implementation, you know, but when it's for the greater good, you know, people end up coming around.
Exactly. And I think it's for the greater good. I strongly do believe that it is for the greater good. Like, if my son was to tell me, like, hey, Dad, they have jiu-jitsu at school, I'd be like, go for it, son. If that's what you want to try. Because it's not like you're saying every kid needs to be in jiu-jitsu at the school.
Just the ones that want to.
Just the ones that want to. Yeah. It's not like a force, a punishment, anything like that. It's come if you want.
100%. And that's all really that you want, man. Like, when you just said that right there, man, like that tells me that's like some good parenting that you got right there. Because, man, where I'm at, you see way too many parents like living through their kids, and it's like, you're gonna do this. Heck, I was even guilty of this, man. Like, I tried to force my son to play baseball because I played baseball.
Right.
That joker wasn't any good, man.
Yeah.
And it resulted in a bunch of unnecessary, like, you know, car rides home where he's sitting there getting the finger waved at him, and I'm never happy. And, you know, when you said, like, hey, man, if that's what you want to try, man, we'll go for it. Like, that's the proper route, man. I wish I had your wisdom at your age.
Man, we all have wisdom that we wish we had from one another, man. It's like every day as a dad, since I've been a dad, I feel like I could do better every day.
How many kids you got?
Just one.
Dude, hey, the first one, you're making all your mistakes, man.
Man, every day I feel like it's like I'm not doing enough, and I was just like, I could do better.
You can, right?
Yeah.
But with that being said, it's like identifying the things that you that are on your mind, because some things are probably hit you in certain spots.
Yeah.
And you can either ignore them or, you can address them. And, and if they're making you feel a certain way, and then you go ahead and you address it. And it's okay to, like, change your route, even if you weren't brought up that way.
Yeah, for sure.
I was brought up with butt whoopings, man.
Oh, man.
I whooped some butt, growing up, but
trust me,
there's less butt whoopings, as the kids got a little bit older, because I started to change and see that there may be a place and time for it, but not as much as, like, I was implementing, so we learn.
Yeah. As long as we learn and we grow.
Of course.
Not learn and stay stuck. Because sometimes you could learn it, but that doesn't mean you're going to implement it or change it.
Dude, generational curses are real.
It is real. It is real. And then sometimes, as I've got older, people just like making your life hard. Or they like keeping things to themselves. For what? I don't know, right? But let's say you work in a 9-to-5, a job.
Yeah.
Right? And every day you come across this problem. Every day.
What's the problem?
I don't know. It's just a problem, right?
Give me an example of the problem, man. Come on.
Let's say you're doing something on the computer.
Yeah.
Right? And you're trying to solve this thing. Or you're putting in the information and it's taking all this time from you.
Yeah.
Hours. I'm talking about hours. Every day.
Yeah.
Right? 2 people are watching you and they know how to simplify this easy.
Yeah.
But instead of helping you, they just like to see you like this. And they do it for months. Months. You've asked them, you figure it out. You've asked them, you figure it out. You stop asking them and you just try to figure it out. You get it. Great for you. You've learned. But what other stuff could you have done in that time when you figure, like, if they would have just told you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes there's a crabs in a bucket mentality.
Yeah.
And, there's people that just, they take joy in seeing other people struggle.
That's what I'm saying. And, like, why when we could all be efficient together?
You would think, man.
You would think. Like, why? We could all be efficient together. You help me with this. I help you with that. Or this task is too big. We could tackle it together now because I'm at your speed.
Yeah.
I could teach you something. You could teach me something. I'm at your speed. You could rely on me. Oh, I'm sick. I can't do this. I got it. You showed me. You showed me everything. I got it. Oh, I'm sick. I got all this work to catch up on. You could have shown me what you did. I could have helped you. But since you wanted to keep it to yourself, I can't. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that is the thing. Some people think that by you being successful, it takes away from my success.
Yeah.
And that's not the way that, I was brought up. And I don't think that that's healthy for any relationship.
I don't think that's healthy at all.
But people are people, right?
People are people.
And you make that mental note, man. Go ahead and make that mental note. Be better than them.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But don't forget, man. Forgive, but don't forget.
Forgive, but don't forget. What are some things that you say to yourself to keep you moving in life?
Man, so I'm really driven. Like, where I get my fuel, it's like I like helping people, dude. Like, I'm a servant. And this may sound weird, but, like, when I do things for other people and then they light up, to me, that's where I get my dopamine hit. And just like some people get their dopamine hit when Amazon shows up on their front door, Yeah. For me, I just want to take care of people. I want to give them experiences. I want to share what I have, whether it's knowledge, expertise. Maybe I can provide you with an experience, something. Maybe I can just put a smile on your face. But that's what drives and motivates me. And I think working inside of a school allows me like so many opportunities to do that. And I'm just like at this point now where it's like I know I've got this really cool tool and I've been helping kids out, in this one capacity for so long. I'm starting to turn my attention on, the unseen kids, or the ones that, we just quietly want to put in a corner. It's like, no, I want to go help those kids now, so just doing good things for people is what lights my fire.
That's dope. And how'd you get into teaching?
I think, man, for as long as I can remember, I think that's what I wanted to do. Like I look back at my my high school programs in baseball, and they do a little write up and a little bio on you, and I'd put in there I want to be a coach. So I think where that comes from is just being built off the backs of like good men that contributed to me, and I just want to be that for someone else because I do know that if you were to look at me like at the junior high level, like, Chris ain't going nowhere. He ain't getting out of his neighborhood like a lot of the homies. But because of people like that, they floated me long enough. And like once I got to that place, like where it kicked in, like, oh, okay, I can do this. I am smart. You know, I am capable. I can do great things. It allowed me to fly from that point. You know, but if I didn't have great men volunteering their time and their energy, I'm not here. You know, Mama did a hell of a job. You know, she's really the foundation and the bedrock.
Man.
But there was like some people that were put into my life that really floated me and allowed me the time to mature, to become the human being that I am.
That's great, man. That's great to hear. What does jiu-jitsu mean to you? Like, what is jiu-jitsu? Like, tell me from your emotions, your experiences, 17 long years in it, what is jiu-jitsu to you?
Dude, I think it's community, and it's constant evolution, right? So let's talk about the community part. Like, me and you were just sitting here chatting today, man. Like, did I know you, you know, like 10, 15, 20 years ago? It's like, no. But it's like this community that we have. You know, we're all practicing what we practice in our separate parts of the universe. But like somehow, some way, this magical art like is built a bridge, you know, and through this bridge, like, dude, me and you just got through talking about wrestling. In my head, I'm like, did we just become best friends? You know, but it's that community. There's so many different examples. Like the homies over there at Hardstyle, the clothing brand, and Underdog Promotions.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, like, you know, they reached out to me and they're like, man, we believe in that mission. You know, let's help. We're going to help you out. We're going to create a shirt for you. You know, so again, that community right there, the gentleman that I train with each and every day, you know, whether it's the one that's been there for 17 years like me or the kid that just started training 6 months ago. Community, man. Community, and that's for all sports. It's for all sports, man. I love people. And then the constant evolution, it's like our game, right? Like the more that we train and the more knowledge that we take in and the more times we tap, it's like we're computers and we're taking in data, and we just keep getting sent all this data, and what it's doing to us is it's forcing us to evolve. It's like, golly, you know, I was really tired today. You know what? I shouldn't have drank just soda yesterday. I should be drinking more water.
Yep.
You know, and over time, you start implementing, you know, you drink more water, you know, and soda starts to disappear, and the evolution doesn't stop there. You're like, oh, man, I can kind of see my abs a little bit. I got a two-pack today.
All right.
You know, and it's other things, you know. It's like you figure out ways to communicate with your partner, your wife. And maybe before you had a short fuse and you were quick to anger and you were, you know, very domineering. But now you've kind of figured out that communication, it goes two ways, you know, and that both people deserve to be heard and both people have a side of a story, and we're going to talk these situations out, you know, and this is an evolution that takes place because like in jiu-jitsu, it's communication. You're giving feedback to your partner, whether it's verbal or physical,
right,
and they're giving you feedback back, and you both have to take that into consideration in order for your game to grow, you know. So there's like all these different, you know, things. You can talk about the pattern recognition in jiu-jitsu and how that can help you in life. Like, you notice patterns?
Yeah.
Man, I don't think a lot of people, you know, notice patterns, you know, especially like our young people.
Yeah.
Like when I'm in class, and it seems like it's basic and it's elementary, but these kids sometimes have trouble with some of their teachers. I'm like, well, have you taken the time to learn your teacher's patterns? And they're like, what do you mean, coach? Like, all right, well, what does she expect as soon as you walk into the classroom?
Yep.
It's like, for me, hey, you have a seat and there's a warm-up on the board. You know, when you go and you answer that question, and you know that you're going to get 5 to 7 minutes to answer the question. And then I'm going to go to the computer. Then I'm going to take roll. And then we're going to talk about the warm-up for another 5 to 10 minutes. And then we're going to get in, you know, to our discussion. Then there's the written piece. If you can just like notice life's patterns, man, stress and anxiety start to go away because you're not fearful of what's around the corner. You know what's around the corner. And again, it's for everything. Hey, my mom slammed the door when she came into the house. That's a pattern, right? She's mad. She's upset. Let me walk on eggshells today so we don't make it any worse.
Right.
Identifying these patterns. You know, so there's so many different things I think that jiu-jitsu means to me. But evolution and then the relationships, the community, you know, the people that we meet along the way.
And what would you tell somebody who wants to do jiu-jitsu, but they're hesitant? For whatever reason, they're just hesitant.
Man, do it. That's for anything, man. Like this podcast. How long did you ruminate on this podcast before you did it?
A couple years.
Yeah, man. And now that you did it, you know, you're like, man, I could have done this a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And think about how many more episodes I can have.
Yeah,
and
more
I could have
conversations, more doors, more
Yes.
relationships, more people I could have met. Yeah.
So, man, just do it. Because, like, you're always going to find a reason. Like, people are like, I'm going to wait till I get in shape. And there's no shape like jiu-jitsu shape, right? Like,
Man.
it's unique. You can run for miles, but you're going to be winded for the first 6 to 8 months of training because you're not acclimated to that particular shape, you know, and you're never going to get over, you know, getting that close to people unless you go get that close to people.
Yeah.
You know, you can't work your way into that. Like, you just got to go do it.
What would younger you say about older you right now?
Dude. Man, I like your questions, man. Holy smokes. I think younger me would be proud of older me. I didn't make the best decisions, you know, growing up. Again, I was lucky enough to have like a good group of people that, you know, floated me and believed in me and forgave me when I made mistakes, you know, and I learned from my mistakes. I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons why like people have stuck with me when I was making mistakes early on. They're like, okay, Chris doesn't make mistakes and then make the same mistake again. It's like, okay, Chris was an idiot right here. He fixed it, you know, and he's grown and he's evolved and he's moved on. You know, so I think younger me would be proud. Like between my parents, 7 divorces, dude. 7, but me and my old lady, you know, we're coming up on 24 years being married.
All right, man.
That's
Congrats.
that generational curse, right? Like, we busted it, you know, and I think just being the first, like, in the family to get that college education and stuff, like, these are things that younger me would be very proud of older me.
And if you could tell him something to help him as he's growing up, what would you tell him?
Dude, go try all the things. Go try all the things. I think I grew up, I was way too fearful to try things. Like I remember being, this is stupid, but it's real. I remember being in the 8th grade and they had the 8th grade dance. They had me this ugly purple suit that I got a grades point. But I remember it like it's yesterday, man. But, you know, I was the homie standing in the back in the corner, man, and I wanted to dance, you know, but I was too shy, anxious, and nervous to get out there and dance. I'd go out there and do the slow dances because I didn't have to do too much. But
They have to look spectacular.
man, you just put your hands on, you know, your date's hips and you just
Rocking.
Just
We
rock.
just rocking.
But I'd say go try all the things, man, because the boogeyman that we create in our head is not. It's a lot bigger than what the actual thing is that we're afraid of. And that's one of the things that I preach to my kids in school. Like, go do the thing. Go do the thing. Like, you like the girl? Go ask her out. You know, like you want that job at Chick-fil-A? Go fill out the application. Go meet the manager today. Go shake his hand. Like, go do the thing. You want to start a podcast?
Do it.
Easier than ever, right? It's the easiest time to start one.
And where do you see not only yourself, but this fight to get jiu-jitsu in school? Where do you see that in, let's say, 5 years? Like, what is your vision?
I hope. I hope that we have it like at least one school, and I want to do it at my school because I think what's unique about my situation is that, like, I've been there for 21 years, right? But I live in my community too, you know. So like when I go to HEB, I see all the kids, man, and when I go to Walmart, I see all my kids, and I go to the mall, I see all my kids. Like, this is almost like personal for me because I want to better my community because I live in my community and I'm a part of this community, you know. So I'd like to get this jiu-jitsu in at my school, Knox Junior High, and I'd love to see it, you know, the program growing. And I think it's going to be good for gyms too. I think sometimes gyms, it's kind of weird. I think like the reception has been kind of like lukewarm, and I want gyms to know and understand that if you look at what's going on right now in the world of youth sports, the fact that we have like basketball inside of high school, it doesn't take away from the private basketball businesses outside of high school. It does the opposite. It feeds them.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, if we really believe in, you know, jiu-jitsu and all these superpowers that you always hear these people talk about, like, oh, jiu-jitsu for all. Well, then you really got to mean it, you know, not just for the people that can pay and afford it, but for all, right? And eventually these kids will turn into adults that can get into their, you know, pay for their own memberships and get themselves there. But the more exposure you get, dude, you know, these gyms are going to grow. They're going to eat.
Yeah.
But some gyms, I think, view it as a threat, as it's going to take away from their clientele. And that's not the case,
right.
Man. Like, take it from a guy that was paying $500 a month for his daughter to go play club volleyball, you know, and then having to buy plane tickets and having to, you know, hotels and stuff like that, put me in the poorhouse. Like, parents will do, you know, outrageous things to make their kids, you know, happy. So for all y'all gym owners, I want to help grow the sport. I'm not trying to take away. I would never do this if I thought that it would take away from anyone's business. I want to help our youth, and then I want to help grow, you know, the sport and the culture and the community.
Man, yeah, that's perfect. Just one last thing, whatever you want to say to the people listening.
Yeah, man. Stuff like this, getting on platforms and being able to, like, speak on this and speak my truth, it's been immensely helpful, you know. So if there's any other, you know, platforms that would like to speak and help me get this message out, and, you know, for the homies that, you know, really believe in jiu-jitsu, like, help me spread the word. Again, I'm not a threat. I come in peace.
Come in peace.
I want to grow the game, you know. Jocko, I'm still waiting on you, man. I know you be reposting some stuff, man, but it would do me a world of good, you know, to get on the podcast and speak with you, because a lot of these people that have, you know, the power to make something happen, they got your book sitting on their desk.
Yeah.
They got your little discipline equals freedom thing. Like, a big conversation with someone that's super well respected like that would go a long way, man. It'd go a long way. So, you know, just people with platforms, man, holler at your boy, because I believe in this, and I just want to do good in this world.
Amen, brother. Well, it was a pleasure having you on, man.
Yeah.
And we out.